that time, the North Sea was still touching Germany at that time, the Nibel at that time. Right? The North Sea went all the way to Nibel. But then during the Nibel was quite often flooded, and during the next couple of centuries, they built dikes, they won new land, and pretty soon, after about 500 years or so, or 400 years, 300 years, Nibel was not anymore a coastal town. It was an inland town. And the dikes broke sometimes and had to be fixed, but they did it. Of course, they didn't have any cranes and all the equipment we have nowadays, and so on. But they did it. It was hard work. And during all those years, since centuries ago, the population in Nibel rose, and I have some figures here. Around 1900, the population was 1,119 people. In Batesville, the little town next to Nibel, the population was 562. Now, only 50 years later, Nibel had a population of 5,878 people, and Batesville 1,004. This tremendous increase is due to the refugees who came from Eastern Germany after World War II. They all looked for shelter and for housing and so on in Nibel and in Batesville. Nibel was not always part of Germany. The Danish and the Swedish governments ruled the northern part of Schleswig-Holstein, which includes Nibel, for a long time. Since about 1867, Schleswig-Holstein belongs to Germany, and this is because of the intervention of Otto von Bismarck. After World War I, the Kreis Tondern, Kreis is county, was divided into two parts only after World War I. And the northern parts went to Denmark, the southern parts went to Germany, and it was called Kreis Südtondern. And Nibel was county seat. And but in 1970, excuse me, the Kreise Südtondern, Husum, and Eiderstedt were combined, and it's called now Kreis Nordfriesland. And Husum was called county seat. So Nibel lost that status,
in